Hey guys, Dave here with a special announcement. You all know about CyberWire Pro, our subscription service that accesses our premium original programming, where we bring in leading industry experts to create informative and actionable cybersecurity content that you just can't get anywhere else. I want to let you know all about a special promotion we're running for Independence Day. When you purchase a CyberWire Pro annual subscription, you'll get 3 free months on top of the already discounted price of $99. Sign up and get your free 3 months at thecyberwire.com/July 4th. That's thecyberwire.com/July, FOURTH. Thanks to our title sponsor, ExtraHop, for making Research Saturday possible. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CyberWire's Research Saturday. I'm Dave Bittner, and this is our weekly conversation with researchers and analysts tracking down threats and vulnerabilities, solving some of the hard problems of protecting ourselves in a rapidly evolving cyberspace. Thanks for joining us.
As part of our regular threat hunting, we saw some weird events, PowerShell events. We saw them pretty regularly for over a year. Only when a user contacted us, we figured out that the events are coming from a pirated Windows installation.
That's Tom Roter. He's a security researcher at Minerva Labs. The research we're discussing today is titled Rigging a Windows Installation. And now, a word from our sponsor, ExtraHop, securing modern business with cloud-native network detection and response. The massive shift to remote work has turned the reality of work on its head. With cloud and multi-cloud adoption, comprehensive visibility is more important than ever. But in order to protect your business, you need more than unified visibility. You need intelligence response workflows so teams can collaborate easily and act quickly. Thanks also to our sponsor, Verizon, who for nearly 2 decades has helped secure data, networks, and infrastructure of many of the world's best-known organizations. Their annual Data Breach Investigations report is considered the gold standard of cybercrime research, and Verizon's leadership in network, wireless, and IoT connectivity makes it uniquely capable of protecting the ever-expanding attack surface. Let Verizon help you optimize your defenses and achieve the maximum return on your security investments. Learn more at verizonenterprise.com/products/security. What we're talking about here is folks getting their hands on, in this case, a copy of Windows 10, but doing so by questionable means.
Yeah. So the Windows installation file specifically, it's shared on torrent sites, and yeah, a lot of people use it. I mean, if you look for this specific installation, it has tens of thousands of seeders, which means I couldn't even imagine how many people have installed it. Also, this is not the first installation that is out there. We have seen some other installations that behave similarly and have the same malware in them.
So someone decides that they need a fresh copy of Windows 10, and rather than reaching out to Microsoft, going through the normal channels and probably having to pay for it, they go to a torrent site, and it's very easy to find a copy of Windows 10 on the torrent sites. But in this case, this copy of the Windows 10 installer is carrying an extra payload here, and that's what you all looked into.
Yeah.
Well, let's walk through it together. What exactly was going on here from a malware point of view?
So from the malware point of view, the developer of this rogue Windows installation configured a number of pretty sophisticated ways to infect an installed device and bypass the Windows Defender. The first stage of the attack is carried by an executable file that is located in the Windows subdirectory, C Windows subdirectory, and is started using the Windows attend file, which allows for commands to be executed on the first boot up of a fresh installation. This executable is only responsible of setting up other PowerShell scripts that will set up Windows services.
And where does it go from there? I mean, this script launches, and what does it do next?
So once this script launches, a Windows service will be created. Two actually will be created. The first one is responsible for cleaning up a little bit of the artifacts that was created during the installation. And the second one, the more interesting one, uses directories that are created during the installation. It actually uses their name to decode in memory a malicious PowerShell script, the one we actually saw in our telemetry. And this PowerShell script contacts a server that is controlled by an attacker and tries and download a malicious executable.
And what malicious executable are they trying to put on the system?
The malicious executable is, if I recall correctly, is a 7-zip SFX binary, which extracts a lot of different malware on the device, on a directory that was previously excluded in the Windows Defender. That was done by the service. One of the most serious malware that it attacks is Extreme Rat, which is used by various threat actors. We didn't attribute who did this attack, but we know that Extreme Rat is being used all over South America and by the mole rats threat actor, which is attributed to Gaza.
And as you say, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that this is installing. I mean, everything from adware, crypto miners, and as you mentioned, the rat for gathering and exfiltrating information off of the system. So, I suppose, I mean, this speaks to the fact that if you can control the installation of someone's operating system, I mean, that's really the ball game.
Yeah, you could do basically anything you want, and also think of the scale of how many live workstations you can control with this rogue installation.
Now, describe to me specifically what they're doing to evade Windows Defender. What's going on there?
Okay, so first of all, the attackers have to store a malicious PowerShell script that contains the addresses they want to reach. If they would have stored this file on disk, the Windows Defender would have found it and deleted it. What the attackers actually did, they took the script and encoded its value in hex ASCII into directory names. These directory names then decoded in memory to download the payload. That's one thing that the attackers did to bypass Defender. Another thing they did was use the Windows attend file in order to bypass the Defender. This file actually allows them to execute their binary before Windows Defender is up.
Interesting. I guess, I mean, I usually ask people, what can you do to try to protect yourself against this? And I suppose that still counts from an organizational point of view. How do you prevent folks from downloading infected copies of their operating system off of a torrent site? I mean, that's sort of the basic thing here. And beyond that, as we said, I mean, if that's the way folks are getting their software, it's kind of a self-inflicted wound, I suppose.
It is. Sometimes it is, but sometimes you can, if you don't know a lot about computers and you purchase your PC in someone's shop and he's getting cheap on your operating system, installing it from an illegal source, you could get hurt by that. I'm sure a lot of people did.
So what sort of things could you do then to kind of scan this system? Or if you had endpoint protection, would it be able to detect the the installations of the various types of malware that were dropped on a system like this?
So yeah, of course, even installing an external AV, a good one, after the installation is done, might be able to delete some of the files, but the problem is you can never be sure if an attacker already installed another backdoor on your device before you have installed the AV.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it really speaks to what you kind of alluded to earlier, which is that if you don't know the chain of custody of your device from beginning to end, I mean, I suppose it's probably in your best interest when you're setting up a new system to start from scratch with a copy of your operating system where you know where it came from.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. Just pay for your operating system.
Yeah. But I think the example you gave is a good one, that I could see how someone could overlook that. If you were buying a used system and a repair shop said, hey, no problem, we've got a clean copy, a clean install of Windows 10 on here, you are set to go. And lots of people wouldn't think twice about that.
Yeah, that's true. That's why it's so important to install antivirus software and detection software on your device, at least in my opinion.
Our thanks to Tom Roter from Minerva Labs for joining us. The research is titled Rigging a Windows Installation. We'll have a link in the show notes. Thanks to ExtraHop for sponsoring our show. You can learn more at extrahop.com/cyber or connect with them on Twitter or Facebook. Our thanks to Verizon for sponsoring our show. You can learn more at verizonenterprise.com/products/security. The CyberWire Research Saturday is proudly produced in Maryland out of the startup studios of Data Tribe, where they're co-building the next generation of cybersecurity teams and technologies. Our amazing CyberWire team is Elliot Peltzman, Peru Prakash, Justin Saby, Tim Nodar, Joe Kerrigan, Carol Terrio, Ben Yellen, Nick Valecki, Gina Johnson, Bennett Moe, Chris Russell, John Petrick, Jennifer Iben, Rick Howard, Peter Kilpie, and I'm Dave Bittner. Thanks for listening.